Salvete! Hi everybody, this is Latin with Stephen. Welcome back for another short video about the basics of Latin grammar. Wherever you are watching this from in the world, I hope you're doing well. Thanks for deciding to check this video out, and I hope it's useful for you. If you're wondering, I've taken my glasses off because I'm doing this at night with the lamps and lights as best as I can, and there was glare from my glasses. And I thought that might be a little bit annoying, so I'm functioning half blind. We'll see how we get on. Anyway, all adds to the adventure. We've worked a lot with first noun declensions, and we've learned a fair few verbs by this point. First conjugation. I want to practice a few more verbs today, so let's see how we get on. First verb that we met was amare. Remember that one? To love. And we take off the are, and it gives us a stem, which is am, amo, amas, amat, amamos, amatis, amant. And then we looked at salutare. What was the verb to work? Can you remember that one? Laborare. To walk. Ambulare. What about to praise? Bit tricky, that one. If it's laudable, laudare. Let's conjugate together. Laudo, laudas, laudat. Laudamus, laudatis, laudant. The opposite, what's that? To rebuke, to chastise or punish. Castigare, castigare. What about the verb to help? You remember that one? Iuare, with I-U at the beginning, then a V. You, that's your stem. Iuare. Let's conjugate it. Can you remember? Iuo, iuas, iuat, iuamus, iuatis, iuant. And we talked about the cases. Do you remember? Dative case is for giving something to or something for a person. Giving, showing, sending, buying. And the verb to give is what? You remember? Dare. It's a bit like dative. Dare. How do we conjugate? Do, das, dat, damus, datis, dant. Again, do, das, dat, damus, datis, dant. And a little bit like dare is stare. We can learn them as a couple. Dare, to give, and stare, to stand. So if it's do, das, dat, it's sto, stas, stat. And just as in the plural, it's damus, datis, dant. With stare, it's stamos, statis, stant. Sto, stas, stat. Stamos, statis, stant. Puella, inculina, stat. The girl is standing in the kitchen, for instance. And we had the verb to fight. Do you remember that one? Don't be pugnacious. Pugnus is your fist. Pugnare. Pugno, pugnas, pugnat, etc. Okay, gladiator, pugnat. And in the very last lesson, we introduced the last of our 6 cases, which was the ablative. And I said it can mean by, from, or with multiple applications in Latin. And we particularly focused on the 2 little prepositions, the 2 little words, in, which is the same as English, in or at, and cum, which means with. You remember those? And we learned that the word that comes immediately after those is in the ablative case. What does that mean? For a first declension noun, it's going to be a long A, puella, plural, puellis. So if we said, for instance, with the girl, what's that? Cum puella. Elongate your final syllable. Cum puella, with the girls. Cum puellis. I'm walking with the girls. Ambulo. Cum puellis. Cum puellis ambulo. In the street. I'm walking in the street with the girls. Cum puellis. In via, ablative, in via, ambulo. Nunc, now. What other places did we have that we could use with in? In via. What about in the kitchen? What's kitchen? Culina. In culina. The slave girl works in the kitchen. Anquilla. In culina laborat. Today, hodie, anquillae inculina laborat. we had also the tavern or the inn. Sounds very similar. Taberna. Taberna. So in taberna. In the house. In villa. In the arena. Gladiator. In arena pugnat. Gladiator in arena pugnat. You see, so we practiced all of these things. Let's now learn a few new verbs. First off, a few are verbs that conform to our pattern amare. We have portare. Portare. What does the porter do? Porter carries your luggage or something like that. So if we take off the are, we have the stem underlined in green. Port, porto, portas, portat, portamos, portatis, portant. We are carrying. Portamos. What are we carrying? We're carrying the table. Remember that? Mensa. Accusative. Mensam. Portamos. We're not carrying the table. Mensam. Known. Portamos. But the farmer's carrying the table in the street. Sed agricola. Mensam. In we are. Portat. What about the farmer's carrying the spear? Do you remember that one? Begins with H. H-A. Hasta. Well done. Hasta. Agricola. Hastam. Accusative. Portat. There's more than one spear. He's carrying the spears. Accusative plural. Hastas. Agricola. Hastas. Portat. So, portare. To be the porter, to carry. You can carry something because it's portable. Portare. Portare. Next one. Also looks pretty like an English word. Spectare. If you're a spectator, watching the spectacle. To spectare is to watch, to look at, to observe something or somebody. So we have specto, spectas, spectat, spectamus, spectatis, spectant. Just as you would expect. Now you know the rule. So what about the mistress is watching the slave girl with spectare. The mistress, domina. Ancillam, accusative. Spectat. The mistress is watching or looking at the slave girl in the kitchen. Ablative. Domina. Ancillam. Inquilina. Spectat. Spectacles. Spectat. Because the slave girl is preparing the dinner. Quorancilla. What's dinner? Cana, accusative. Canam, parat. Quorancilla, canam parat. Domina. Ancillam inculina spectat. Spectat. Spectacles. Quod, because. Ancilla, canam parat. What's the infinitive? Parare, to prepare. Paro, paras, parat. Paramos, paratis, parant. Again, paro, paras, parat. Paramos, paratis, parant. Ancilla, canam, parat. Now, the farmer is watching the stranger. Do you remember that word? Adwena. Adwena. He's watching the stranger. He's looking at him. Agricola. Adwenam. Accusative singular. Spectat. Because the stranger is carrying a spear in the street with hasta. Because, quod, the stranger is carrying a spear in the street. Quod advena, hastam in via portat. Agricola, advenam spectat. Quod advena hastam in via portat. Very good. Now, so we've got portare, to carry, spectare, to be the spectator, to watch, to look at, and then we can extend that with expectare. And what do you expect this one to be? You're right. Just like in English, it means to expect, to await, to wait for, to anticipate something happening. So I expect, expecto. You expect, singular, expectas. He or she, expectat. What about we? We expect, we're expecting. Expectamos. Right. We're expecting dinner, or the dinner, or our dinner. Doesn't matter because we're not going to put a little word there. We don't need it. Expectamos canem, or canem expectamos. Nunc. Canem nunc expectamos. Canem hodie today. Expectamos. What about the matron is expecting the girl in the house? She's awaiting the girl in the house, the matron. Matrona. Puellam, accusative. In villa, the villa, expectat. This time, more than one girl. She's expecting, awaiting the girls in the villa, the matron. Matrona. Puellas, in villa, expectat. Very good. So, portare, spectare, expectare. Easy. Let's look at a verb that's more irregular, and this is the verb to be. It's worth learning this one fairly early on because it crops up all over the place, as you might imagine. The verb to be is highly irregular. It is esse in the infinitive. Esse. Esse. And in this case, it's not where we can just remove something like the are. We just have to learn each form. I am, you are, he is, off by heart. All right? But they're fairly easy. So singular on the first line, plural on the second. We have some, I am, ego sum, or just some. You are, es. He, she is, or it is, est with a T. So sum, es, ego sum, tu es. Est, Marcus est, Julia est, Matrona est, Agricola est. Agricola est in villa. Matrona est in villa. Cum puellis. Sum, es, est. Plural. We are, you are plural, they. Somos, estis sunt. Somos, estis sunt. All of them together. Sum es est, I am, you are, he is, she is. Sum es est, somos, estis sunt. Sum es est, somos estis sunt. Last time. Sum es est, somos estis sunt. Right, okay. The girl is in the house. The girl is in the house. Puella est in villa. Or puella in villa est, of course. The matron is in the kitchen. Matrona est in culina. With the slave girls, ablative plural. Cum angelis. Matrona est in culina. Cum puellis. Matrona in culina cum puellis est. Doesn't matter. We are in the street now. We are in the street. Somos nunc in we are. We're not in the street. Non somos in we are. But said, we're in the tavern. Said somos in taberna with the farmers. Cum agricolis. With one, agricola. Cum agricolis. Somos in taberna cum agricolis. Sum es est. Somos estis sunt. If you want to ask where somebody is, where something is, the word you need is ubi. Ubi means where. Ubi. Ubi est, where is? Ubi est Marcus. Ubi est Quintus. Ubi est Metella. Can you remember the word for daughter? It begins with F. Filia. Well done. Ubi est filia. Where's the daughter? My daughter. Your daughter. Ubi est filia. Daughter is in the kitchen. Filia est in culina with the matron. Cum matrona. Two ablative endings there, after in and after cum. Filia est in culina cum matrona. Ubi est, where is? Ubi est gladiator? Ubi est gladiator? Hodie, today. Ubi est gladiator? Gladiator est in, can you guess? Can you guess it? In taberna? Non. Non est in taberna cum agricolis, sed gladiator est in arena. Quod, because hodie gladiator pugnat. Yeah, pugnat. Gladiator non est in taberna cum agricolis, sed gladiator est in arena. Quod hodie gladiator pugnat. Where is the stranger, the foreigner, the newcomer? Ubi est advena. Ubi est advena. The stranger is in the house with the matron. The stranger is in the house with the matron. Advena est in villa cum matrona. Advena est in villa cum matrona. They are expecting dinner. Now we don't need a word for they, because the verb will give it with a, what does a plural verb have on the end? Nt, A-N-T. So, nam, accusative, expectant. Advena est in villa cum matrona. Then we go in plural because we're talking about both of them. Nam nunc, now, expectant. Let's pluralize it. If you're saying where are, then we can't use est, can we? Because that's he, she, third person singular. We need to put third person plural, which is going to be sunt. Ubi sunt. So where is the girl? Ubi est filia, or puella, sorry. Where are the girls? Ubi sunt, plural nominative, puellae. Ubi sunt, puellae. Remember, when you're using the verb to be, you are, is, they are, it's always nominative, because it's just being. It's the subject of the sentence, whether it be a question or a statement. So we're always going to just be using the nominative endings when it's someone is being, where they are being. Where is the gladiator? Ubi est gladiator. Where are the farmers? Ubi sunt agricolae. Where are we? We're just going to use the verb. Ubi sumus. Ubi sumus nunc. Where are we now? In a state of confusion. Ubi, too much Italian wine. Ubi sumus nunc. Sumus. Sumus in colina. We're in the kitchen of the matron. What's that case? The kitchen of the matron, the matron's genitive. Sumus in colina matronae. We could make it a name, a personal name. Metella. The kitchen of Metella. Well, because she's an a word, just behaves like this, so the genitive will be Metellae. We're in the kitchen of Metella. Sumus in colina Metellae. We're in Cornelia's house. Sumus in villa Corneliae. With the farmers, ablative, cum agricolis. Very good. So, quick recap of what we've learned there. To carry, portare. Portare. Porto, portas, portat. Portamus, portatis, portant. Spectare, to look at or to watch. Specto, spectas, spectat. Spectamus, spectatis, spectant. To expect or await. Expecto, expectas, expectat. Expectamus, expectatis, expectant. And then our irregular verb of the day is the verb esse, to be. Esse. Sum es est. Sumus estis sunt. Sum es est. Somos estis sunt. So if you're talking about yourself, you can say it's just some, or ego sum. Remember, that's optional, because if you look at it, some, well, each form is distinct. And so it's clear that it's I am just from the sum. It's clear that it's somos is we. Now you could put the word for we in, which is nos, N-O-S, nos somos agricolae, we are farmers. Or you can just say somos agricolae, because it's already clear. Sum gladiator. Ego sum gladiator. Non sum gladiator. Sed ego sum agricola. Okay? So, I hope that makes sense to you, and I hope that's been helpful. So, I'll be coming back soon with another video. We're moving on swiftly here, so please work through these, practice and repeat. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Alright guys, please like this if it's been useful, subscribe if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Walete.